Hello, everybody. Welcome to Yes Have Some podcast. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah. Whatever you are out there celebrating or not celebrating, we're happy that you're here with us. I think we're going to release this maybe Christmas Eve, or maybe
okay.
this is like you get that one present.
Yeah.
Usually from an aunt or an uncle.
This is your one present from us.
This is your one gift. Don't wake up tomorrow expecting more.
Yes, have some.
Hi, everybody. We have some fun planned today. We went to the Discord, the Patreon exclusive Discord, as well as have some group therapy on Facebook, which I realize I'm not in there as much anymore these days. I still think group therapy's got a lot of good stuff in it. It's still a good discussion group. So if you're on Facebook still, head over to group therapy, give that a join. And we said give us your Christmas Q&A. And I haven't really cycled through all the questions, but there's a bunch of them, and it's going to be fun. I'm excited.
I haven't looked at any of them.
If there's any stinkers, we'll just toss them out.
Going to be a lot of passing.
Yeah.
We'll call them out.
You have the ability to pass.
You can say pass. But before we do that, let me introduce everybody here. Jacob Walsh.
You said that like there's a lot of people here.
Everybody's here.
The same three people.
Everybody's here right now. And if you don't know us, you're about to. Jacob, what's up, man?
Not too much. Just hanging out, having a slow day. Feeling a little sick last couple of days.
Oh yeah, you said that. You're not feeling a little under the weather?
Yeah, not feeling great. But it's okay because I've just been laying around watching TV. Yeah, that's it. Just hanging out. I'm not going back to work until like Friday, so
okay.
Cool.
So you got some recovery time.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a lot of nothing.
I love that. Cool. Abigail, what's up?
I'm also off for the next couple of days, but honestly, working during the holidays, it's a lot. So it's nice to be able to come and relax and have a conversation with my friends who I love and know and trust. And I'm happy that we're able to kind of make a space for other people too, in group therapy. Because just real talk, holidays can be tough. So kind of dig into the things that you love, and watch movies and buy toys. And I think those are the things that I want to talk about tonight.
I think we've all acknowledged. I love Christmas. I love the Christmas season. I love Christmas movies. I like the lights. I like the idea of snow. There won't be any, but I like the possibility of a white Christmas. But it is a uniquely stressful time of year for a lot of different reasons. There seems to be like more pressure.
Well, capitalism has ruined Christmas.
Jake, you always say, I love how, wait, hold on. Jacob's always like, I'm not political.
I mean, I'm not, but it has.
Also,
I mean, it's made it not, it's not fun to do anything on Christmas. You can't go out.
Yeah.
You can't go anywhere because everybody's rushing to buy
bullshit.
Bullshit. And it has really ruined. Hey, that's another tick for Halloween. Nobody's out like making it a literal nightmare to do anything the whole week before and during Halloween.
And then after
around Christmas.
Yeah.
That's true. On Halloween, you don't have like a bunch of family members that don't want to getting together at your restaurant, and I have to wait on them. So I like Halloween. People just dress up like cute little kittens and ghosts. Christmas is different.
Well, I think you guys are wrong. There's pranks on Halloween. There's eggs being hurled at houses. It's not right.
Did that happen to you at some point?
I was about to say I've never experienced that at all.
No.
Only happens in movies, correct?
So,
no one really throws eggs.
I'm on egg patrol in the neighborhood. Let's see. My house was never egged. My brother had an ex-girlfriend in high school.
I've egged a house before.
I've totally happens. I've vandalized.
Yeah, but it wasn't on Halloween. It was just on a random Saturday night. Me and my friend egged somebody's house.
God. I love that. Look how far Jacob's come.
Now
you've only
was it an enemy or a friend?
You don't even eat an egg, let alone throw one at someone's house.
It was an unknown. It was just a random,
house.
Random
act.
These are my confessions. Cool. Christmas confessions with YHS.
I was doing those. I have so many.
I killed a man. I so yeah, my brother's girlfriend she toilet papered the tree in our front yard while it was raining.
Wait, she toilet papered the tree in your own yard? Not somebody else's?
No, it was his ex-girlfriend getting revenge on my
Oh.
brother. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool. That's very cool.
It was cool, except for we all had to get up at like 7 a.m. and clean it. My stepdad was losing his mind.
Mm-hmm.
And it had rained. It was like a whole thing.
That should have been all on your brother. He's the one who fucked that relationship up. He's the one who's got to clean the tree up.
Dude, he probably
yeah, should happen. Because it was only intended to bother him, not be the responsibility of everyone else in the house.
Yeah.
Right. Well, it wasn't just his tree. It was all of our it was the family tree.
But it's his fault though.
I think my brother and his friends maybe paintball gunned a house once. He probably isn't happy. Not my brother.
Sounds pretty permanent. Yeah.
That's
and don't even
go to jail type offense.
Don't even let me start on stepbrother and stepsister. Whew. Hey, Christmas, am I right?
Yeah.
Brings everybody together. But there's also like this added pressure with family, and we know like a lot of our listeners have like different walks of life, different family situations. So what we're saying is, Abby, I think I'm on the right page here. Is like whatever you're doing, that's the right thing for you, and we're happy about that.
Yeah, feel your feelings. It's all good. Safe space.
Tell us your feeling.
I'm going to see Nosferatu on Christmas.
Yeah,
Are you guys going?
Yeah, that's the plan. We have to get our tickets, but that's what I want to do.
It'll either be Christmas or the day after, but I'm excited about that. It's getting some good buzz. And so that's what's the director's name? Robert Eggers? Is that his name?
Yeah.
And he did what? The Witch?
Yeah.
The Lighthouse?
The Lighthouse and
so he's
that's a good track record there.
I haven't seen The Northman. Is that good?
I haven't seen it either.
Okay. And wait a minute. We were having never mind. I can't tell that story.
Why?
My brother, I know we had this conversation, Jacob, about me editing stories.
Yeah, but why the fuck not?
Abby, my brother, I can't tell that story.
Wait, I want to know.
Huh? What?
Which one?
Just how about my brother didn't know what Nosferatu was?
Oh, you can't do that. No. I thought there was a story from Christmas of him borrowing a car and like something. I don't know. You don't have to share that.
I could tell that story.
Okay.
Well, but you have to tell me later why you can't.
We will, Jacob. It's funny. You'll get it.
I put it in the private chat. Jake's gonna laugh when he reads what I just said.
Okay, I see it.
Yeah. It's honestly it's not that bad, but it's like it's his. You know what? We'll have Andrew Goldberg come on the podcast and he can tell the story.
And he can answer for all his crimes.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Put him in the hot seat.
Family on the podcast.
Can we also get his ex on and don't tell them?
And toilet paper her.
Make them talk it.
My brother had a type 2. He always had a new girlfriend every 6 months.
Type 2 what?
He had type 2 diabetes. He had type 2. Actually, this is way off topic, but I think my mom was like an early anti-vaxxer. Because like in 6th grade, they did hepatitis B shots at school, which could you imagine if they did that now? I feel like it'd be like national news. But my mom didn't let me get one. She was like, I don't trust the nurse to do it the right way. And I was like, all right, I guess I don't have to get a shot today. So everybody else left class and I just sat there.
Working.
I just sat there.
Put your head down, Craig.
Avoiding hepatitis B.
I know. I was like, did you get it?
So yeah, we'll talk about some Christmas memories. And if any of these questions trigger any kind of tangents or anything, we'll explore our the deep wells of holiday horrors or treasures, because I loved Christmas. Christmas was a big deal to me growing up.
Hey, this is horrible.
What are you holding? A Slimer bank?
It's just I don't know why. It was just right here, and I just happened to glance over at it. This is the ugliest slime. Look at that.
Is that a Diamond Select?
Yeah, this is the ugliest Slimer I've ever seen.
I feel like that, Abby, that was the one that was
Toys R Us exclusive.
Yeah, we laughed at that Slimer.
Remember at Oxford Comics? It's probably still there. It's been there for 20 years.
100%. It's
I
still
hate
up
this.
there, above the
I hate
hentai.
it.
Oh, Dad, there's that hentai section at Oxford Comics.
Oh shit! What's
Mhm.
that like?
It's cool.
It's not really blocked off in any kind of meaningful way.
Not roped off or anything. It's just kind of
Yeah.
sequestered.
Yeah. You just go, okay.
Mm.
All right. So Abby, any other general holiday musings before we get started?
Emmett Otter is apparently streaming on YouTube, like for free. So I'm just gonna tell everyone to watch that. The Jug Band Christmas. It's my favorite Christmas special.
It's really
And I'm
great.
gonna watch it tonight, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really, really great. Jacob, I know you enjoy it as well. The songs are awesome, and it's got that weird like Canadian early Muppets. Like it, the weird thing is like it feels like I thought it was like kind of a hidden secret, but I feel like a lot of people know about it. So maybe not quite as like in your face as like Muppet Christmas Carol, but still part of the Muppet canon. So okay, cool. Well, let's just get into the Q&A, and maybe we'll start with Discord, and we'll see and if we need to skip any of them, we will. Abby, and if we don't know anything, because this first one's from Skylar Davis, favorite Christmas SNL sketch. So I didn't do any research, so I don't even know if I'm going to be able to come up with one off the top.
Hey, first of all, I got a Christmas present from Skylar Davis, and I just want to say thank you.
Aww.
You did?
Sam, yeah, he sent me a cool like toy anxiety notebook in the mail.
Oh,
and a little note and a letter.
He
Does it say
sent us
toy anxiety on it.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I'm assuming you got one too,
I
right?
better
Yeah,
have gotten some wicked journals now. But yeah, I do like journals. That's really cool, Jacob. That's a thoughtful gift.
He said I think he did send something to the PO box, so we'll have to check it.
Okay.
Skylar's
He
a great guy.
messaged me saying something.
Hey, I don't know if this counts as a Christmas sketch, but last night's episode of SNL, Colin Jost and Michael Shea did their classic
Annual roasting.
They're writing each other's jokes,
Mm-hmm.
and I laughed very hard. Did you watch that, Jake? I sent it to you.
I did. Yeah, pretty funny.
I laughed very hard. Abby, famous or favorite NFL favorite NFL moment on Christmas Day? Favorite SNL Christmas sketch?
I'm trying to think of it. I mean, I know I always like the Christmas episode that comes out for SNL. Like last night, it was Martin Short, and I was looking forward to that, and it really was an awesome episode. I don't know if I can. What was like the Jimmy Fallon song with like him that they did that was like the Christmas
Dick in a Box?
Not Dick in a Box. It's like an 80s song that I think they covered. I'll think of it later on down probably in the episode.
We'll think of it. Sweaty Balls.
Sweaty Balls is good. Yeah, love Anna Gasteyer.
Yeah, that's always a good one. We might have to do a little research on that one. But the episode I think there's a Debbie Downer that's pretty good. They
Christmas time is here. That song.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
With Wish It Was
Tracy
Christmas
Morgan.
Today. Yeah. I like that one.
Okay, let's go on to the next one. Quality answer, I think. I'll go with Sweaty Balls.
That's what you're getting.
From J. Raymond Smith, if Santa was real and would bring each of you any toy, past or present, what would it be? What is this if Santa was real?
Well, I feel like I have all the toys I want. Or most of them.
Wow. Okay.
I don't know. I'd have to think about that. Let's see. It would be something off of my my kaiju top 10 list that you could go watch on Monster Island.
So you don't have one from childhood that you're trying to reclaim, like a holy grail?
Not really. No. Like, I mean, there's some vintage stuff that I'm looking for, but all the stuff that were like childhood things that I really wanted, I've picked up. You know what I mean? I feel like all the stuff that's on my radar nowadays are things that are kind of new to me.
Okay, that's fair. Hey, I had a HasLab Ghost, Ahsoka's Ghost, show up today. Don't even recall ordering.
Straight to eBay.
This. Hey, I don't know, man. It got my like toy heart a fluttering. I was like,
It's
ooh,
a
look at
huge box. Yeah.
this. It is huge. It's maybe I just need to get, maybe this is the catalyst to really get me back into Star Wars. I'm not sure Skeleton Crew's doing it, although I like Skeleton Crew.
Yeah.
I like Skeleton Crew.
I got thoughts on Skeleton Crew for a whole other episode.
I've got a take on Skeleton Crew. Like, can I just say it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Neil's annoying.
My take is that they should have made it into a movie, because being a show, I had to, on this last episode, I had to watch the recap because I could not even
Right. You can't remember.
I was
hate
like
the week
this
to week thing.
I was like, this feels good if it was a movie, but as a episodic thing, I feel like I don't care as much.
Right.
Yeah.
We might need to do a Skeleton Crew episode.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what we
them
should
all.
do? Because Jake, we were talking about doing some more streaming and stuff on the channel. Let's do a live stream the night of the finale after it airs and recap.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
As far as toys that I want, like, I kind of in the same boat. I've been able to, as an adult, get most of the stuff that I wanted from childhood or had and wanted to get back. But I think my big one would be the G.I. Joe Defiant, which is the space shuttle complex. Had it as a kid, favorite Christmas present of all time. There's a famous Christmas morning picture of me sitting on top of the box. It's like as big as a refrigerator. And really hard to find it complete, good condition. It's expensive. I mean, I say that, but there's literally one 30 minutes from my house right now.
It's been there forever.
It's been there for a while. But that would be one I would really like. I'm never going to go back down the full vintage G.I. Joe route, but that's something very meaningful from my childhood, that because it was fragile and brittle and had so many pieces, like over time, it just became dismantled. By the time we got rid of it, it was like a shell of its former self. So, that would probably be my big one. Abigail, anything come to mind?
Well, this just came to me thinking about like action figures, dolls, and things. And special Christmases. My favorite gift that I probably ever got, and the most memorable because I really like specifically begged for it and asked for it, was my American Girl doll, which was the Felicity doll. And I got the books, and it was like a nice collection. It was probably the first time that I had like a figure. Well, I mean, it was a life size, like a doll, whatever, but also with stories to go along with it. And that also meant that I was going to start like collecting furniture and like tea sets and different things, accessories. So that was a really good year. And I think that it might be nice to see that doll back in package. I don't need it, Matt Bush, but also it brings back a good memory to think about. American Girl dolls. They were specifically like tied to storytelling. And so that was kind of influential on me.
No, go for it.
I was going to say anything from current day, though. I want the Wicked dolls that have the wicked.com website like not taken off. If anyone can find one of those, or if I can, I want one.
We should just go to Target, take all the stickers off.
Just get it with a heat. You just hit it with a heat gun.
Yeah.
And the sticker.
It's reverse vandalism.
Yeah.
Abby, was the American Girl, was that like a controversial thing?
No, not controversial, because it supported like reading and learning about history, because each American Girl doll was from like a different time. Felicity was from like the early forming of American like Revolution, like the Tea Party times. So yeah, I learned a little bit about stuff, and so that was always encouraged. But yeah, I just liked having something that my other friends were also collecting. I felt very much a part of things having that doll.
Okay, very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Good answers.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. So next up, from Lawrence Dwayne, friend of the podcast. As a kid, were there any toys or gifts you absolutely sure you were getting, only to be surprised that you didn't get? Whew, now this is.
I was a pretty spoiled kid.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No brothers, no sisters. Usually, if I said to my mom, "I want this," I got it.
Yeah. How's that affected your adult life, Jacob?
I mean, my mom is still like that.
Yeah. That's funny. I'm trying to think.
Not that I can remember. I'm sure it happened, but not that I can specifically remember.
I I mean, I desperately wanted a Super Nintendo, and I never got it. And I remember being vocal about it. And I was also pretty spoiled as a kid. And I don't necessarily know the reason why I never got a Super Nintendo. It could be just like the time period it came out. Like my parents were like, you don't need another video game system. But we did get a Sega Genesis eventually, which was a fun story. That was one of those Christmas Eve presents where my parents, I think they screwed up a little bit because we could open one present on Christmas Eve. And I remember it could have been like a combined present. I remember my dad and my stepmom also being there, which is weird because for a Christmas Eve, I don't know, doesn't matter. But I opened up Jurassic Park on Sega Genesis on Christmas Eve, and I did not have a Sega Genesis. So I was just like, okay, I see what's going. Either somebody rolled.
I see your game.
I see what you guys did. Either somebody really fucked up. This is about to be the best or the worst Christmas of all time. So I'm just gonna get some sleep, and we'll just see how this all plays out in the morning.
We'll see hot and cold around the house.
So you got it.
I did. My mom was really big about there's one other present way behind the tree that we forgot about. She was huge on that. Which is fun. It's like a
Christmas story.
The BB gun thing.
That's the formula.
Yeah.
That movie sucks, bro.
That movie fucking sucks.
I hate that movie.
I
hate it.
Yeah.
Let's real quick. And now a YHS Christmas tangent. Why does A Christmas Story actually fucking suck?
Because the dad's an abusive alcoholic and it's not fun to watch. That's how I
think a lot of Christmas movies it's weird. There's some really great Christmas movies out there that I love to watch every year. And then there's some that are just like insufferable, and I can't stand the weird fake niceness and like fake positivity that some of these movies feel like they I don't know. That movie sucks, and I hate that like channels put it on for like 24 hours.
Yeah.
I hate that. I'm like, nobody wants to watch this movie more than once in a row.
I mean, people do love that movie.
Yeah, like simple people. Cut that out.
Simple kind of man.
Listen,
I meant to say basic. Simple sounds a little messed up. Basic.
I don't think it's a heartwarming film. I don't think it celebrates good things.
It just sucks. It's like, it's like this Norman Rockwell, like, look how great America was in the 1960s, where a little boy just wanted a Red Ryder BB gun and everything was fine. It's like, oh yeah? Well, meanwhile, you know what? I'm not even going down that road. I'm not going to ruin this for everybody, but that movie's not my favorite.
Hey, what other Christmas movies do you dislike?
That I dislike or think are overrated, maybe?
Yeah.
Huh.
It's a Wonderful Life is bad.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a bad
I have
movie.
personal reasons. I grew up watching that, and I always thought it was...
He's so annoying.
He's so self-indulgent and narcissistic throughout the whole thing, and the fact that it all centers around like making Jimmy Stewart feel good about himself. So, yeah.
God,
you can take that one.
These are some takes.
Yeah.
I like this.
I don't want to go after anything, but I've never really liked the live-action Grinch with Jim Carrey. That's like...
I always like that one.
I've tried to watch it, and maybe I need a better like viewing of it, but...
Christmas with the Cranks? Is Dan Aykroyd in that?
That's not great either.
A lot of those, like, we tried to watch one recently, The Family Stone. It sucks.
I've never heard of that.
It's
what
like
is that?
2005. The plot is okay, let me just explain this real quick. It's this family. They're like, quote, they're supposedly eccentric and it describes them as bohemian. They're not. They're just like a rich white family. It's Craig T. Nelson, Diane Keaton. What'd you say? Yeah, Rachel McAdams, Luke Wilson. And like the storyline is like the one son is bringing home his fiance, who is Sarah Jessica Parker.
Oh, and she's uptight.
She's like,
that's her whole storyline. She's just uptight.
And like, it's just not good. We made it like 40 minutes and I was like, this movie sucks. So yeah, I just didn't like it. But it's a Christmas movie. And So yeah, I think a lot of the classics, like It's a Wonderful Life, like I know people swear by it, but it's just not my thing. Even like, well, Abby, I know you like White Christmas, but
I like elements of White Christmas. I wouldn't say that like the messaging or like the maybe the audience that gathers around that movie, I wouldn't say I identify with. I like that movie because Danny Kaye is so flamboyantly gay throughout it when he's dancing, and there's like such fun like homoerotic chemistry between him and I can't remember the other actor's name. But that's why I always liked it. It has great set pieces, great
good dance
fashion.
numbers.
Yeah,
I
great
haven't seen
dance numbers. Those are the things that I like about it.
I mean, my thing is there are there are movies that people like love on Christmas that I fully am on board with. Home Alone, Elf. Love Elf. I don't care. Like I've seen it a million times, but it makes me laugh. Christmas Vacation. Like those are the ones I gravitate towards. Gremlins.
Mm-hmm.
So
Christmas Vacation's on my list. Home Alone, yeah. We have the same ones pretty much.
And then every year there's like literally the Hallmark Channel is built to make 40 terrible Christmas movies every year.
Mm-hmm.
So anything else, Jacob?
No.
You know, the one I liked was the one with the Kristen Stewart one from a couple years ago for like a rom-com. I don't remember what it was called. All right, good.
I have
good
no
talk.
idea. I have no idea what movie you're talking
A Twilight Christmas. It's not called that.
about.
It was like Kristen Stewart takes her girlfriend home and everything's okay. Nothing major happens in the movie.
Happiest season.
Okay. What's the next question?
Yeah.
What's your favorite scene of Happiest Season? Okay, great. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, Abby.
Yeah.
You didn't answer this one. Was there anything you desperately wanted that you didn't get?
I remember when I was like 20, maybe 20 years old, I was like living with my parents again, and working, and I asked for a skateboard because I like really wanted one. And I was like, yeah, this is my time. I'm here. They have to buy it for me because it's Christmas. And I didn't get it. I got a Modest Mouse CD and some perfume, which is just not a skateboard at all. And I had bought myself some custom Vans, like that were green with like the white soles, for
to go with the new skateboard.
I was like, I'm gonna be skating in Peachtree City, working at Beef O'Brady's, having a good time. Never got it. So
okay,
maybe I'll get one for myself.
We'll get you one.
Thank you.
A skateboard.
Thank you.
I'm sorry they didn't get you that skateboard.
It's okay.
It's fine. It's
Not
fine.
great
Move on. Okay, another one for Lawrence. Favorite or most surprising gift you've given someone else for the holidays?
Oh.
Like a real
Favorite
like a
that you
showstopper.
I know.
I mean, go for it.
I'll just start. The year that I got all of the Hateful Eight figures for Craig was a really good year. And I'm
still in shock.
Yeah, I still reference that like, hey, you remember when I did that?
Remember 7 years ago I got you the Hateful Eight figures?
Yeah, it was awesome. I went about it kind of in secret, and I was successful at locating them all and tracking them down. And yeah, we watched the movie that year, and it was a really fun time. So I liked being able to do that for you.
Yeah, that was great. I mean, I've always given Abby nice, like kind of thoughtful gifts, but I'm trying to think of something that would have been just like, whoa, they didn't see this coming. Like,
Yeah, I'm having a hard time as well.
yeah. But I think Jacob, you're a great gift giver. I think all of us, we've done pretty good with that stuff. I know Jake's very thoughtful. He doesn't want people to know this, but he's a very thoughtful, kind-hearted, spiritual, politically motivated person. He's not spiritual. But you're a good gift giver. Okay, let's see. This guy's just telling a story. It's a great one, but we're not going to read it. Not Christmas related.
To not have it be a live Q&A.
Favorite Seinfeld episode? Not Christmas related, but I think about this a lot.
It's hard to come up with a favorite Seinfeld episode because there's so much shit happening in each episode.
Yeah.
But the first thing that comes into my brain, I don't know if it's overall the best episode, but one of the funniest things in the show to me is George eating out of the trash.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
when Jerry, they're sitting down at the diner, and Jerry's like, so you thought to yourself, what the hell? I'll eat some trash. It is the funniest fucking thing.
That's a good
Yeah.
one.
And I love that George is like so defensive about like, well, it was on the top. Like that's
Yeah.
I understand that rule making for yourself. Like that's okay.
I don't think it's the same episode, but when George walks out of the bathroom with no shirt on,
It is the same
that's the same
episode.
one?
Yeah, because it's like things are happening.
Yeah.
So he eats the trash first.
Right.
And then later the mom thinks that he's washing a window for money
Right.
because he
Right.
spills coffee.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the episode, it's like his last chance, and he takes his shirt off when
Yep.
he uses the bathroom and doesn't realize it. Yeah, it's all the same episode.
Well, that's the thing about Seinfeld. So much happens in one episode. I think this one of the funniest moments in Seinfeld that kills me is George at the kid's birthday party when the fire breaks out and he pushes all the kids. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. But I think I've got like 3 favorite episodes. The Marble Rye
Marble Rye
is absolutely one of my favorites, and there's just a lot happening in that episode. I mean, that's the same episode as Elaine dating John Germain, Hot and Heavy.
Hot and Heavy.
That's the episode where George's parents meet Susan's parents for the first time, and there's 2 Abby, like the moment where
What's below? I've never heard of it.
Yeah, I've never heard of Merlot, and then
Yeah.
George's dad freaking out about the death blow spoilers.
I want to go in fresh.
I want to go in fresh.
He goes,
yeah.
What they're talking about the quail or the hen they're eating, and George's dad goes, Susan's dad goes, it's a gaming
Cornish
bird. Yeah, Cornish game hen. It's a gaming bird.
Is that?
And he goes, you mean you hunt it? He makes the gun.
Yeah.
You hunt it?
Is that the episode where he's like, who goes with the chicken?
Yeah.
He's like,
who's having
the
sex
hen.
with the rooster?
Yeah.
Who's having sex with the hen?
And that's also the same episode as Kramer shopping at Costco and feeding Rusty the horse all the beefaroni.
Rusty.
Rusty.
Mhm.
And then Abby, the hardest I've ever seen Abby laugh is the when George is trying to zip up his mom's.
That's my favorite moment. Don't go into panic mode when he's trying to zip her up. Oh my god.
Yeah.
It reminds me of every time I do a costume and Craig tries to help me. Just in general and kind of our dynamic. I love anything with George and his mom. I think George Costanza's mom is hilarious. I think for me, Marble Rye is probably my favorite episode. I also, though, I like the contest. Does the contest have the John F. Kennedy Jr. moment?
Yep. Yeah.
That I love. I love when Elaine is like on top, when she's like doing good, smoking the cigar. Like I love when she's in control. So yeah, that would be another episode that I love.
Do you have some more, Jake?
I like the episode where they all go to the beach house and they see George's girlfriend topless, and he doesn't get to see it.
James
got a great body, buddy. That's also the lobster. Episode. That's and the babe, right? Isn't that also the baby?
Breathtaking.
That is a very
what a weekend.
Funny episode.
Yeah.
We're at the beach, lobster. Saw Jane topless. When he makes her the
shrinkage,
eggs.
that's the shrinkage episode.
Shrinkage, yeah.
He goes, she's like, George, these eggs are delicious. He goes, are they? Like whatever he's eating. 2 more favorites. The Keith Hernandez 2-part episode. Just watched it the other night. Absolutely love it.
Mm-hmm.
With the JFK loogie. The probably my absolute favorite episode overall is one of my favorites is the Festivus episode, which is the strike where Kramer goes back to work and Elaine's tracking down the number from Denim Vest and just so she can get the free sub.
That's really I love that.
There's just so much. I love the episodes with Mickey
Oh,
and
yeah.
Mickey and Kramer are
Gonorrhea.
yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like acting out diseases.
Yeah.
And,
hmm
Well, that's why it's so hard. Like on any given night, I can put on Seinfeld and just be just content with life. Like
Yeah.
it makes me so happy. I mean,
very funny.
Yeah.
the tennis racket with Milosh.
Milosh.
Yes. Milosh from Jurassic Park 3.
Jurassic Park 3, yeah.
Yeah, with our
Mhm.
buddy Trevor Morgan.
Yeah.
Jerry look like baby man, Milosh. All right, we can move on. Good. I
All
like.
right.
Yeah.
Good question.
All right.
Seinfeld's great.
Let's see. Toy Farce asked a couple. Fondest Christmas memory or best gift you got from when you were children? I think we could touch on that. And then what is the toy that got away? The one thing you wanted as a kid but never got? What is the
We've
weirdest
already done that.
what is the weirdest item in each of your collection?
Oh, well, the toy we never got, I think we already someone
Kinda-
else asked.
yeah.
Skateboard.
Favorite stuff was always Ghostbuster stuff for me.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
when I got, any Christmas that had a lot of Ghostbusters or Jurassic Park stuff were my favorites. And then I also remember getting you know what, this is something that's still on my eBay watch list. But I remember as a kid getting the Little Shop like board game.
Okay.
And it was like a Little Shop of Horrors game, but it had a plant, and the plant like actually ate marbles or whatever. And it was like the only toy I remember being like, it's the only way I have a Little Shop of Horrors toy because they didn't
Mhm.
really make toys.
Right. No, that makes sense.
And I remember like I have a lot of photos of me as a kid carrying that around.
Similar thing with me in the Home Alone board game because I remember the year Home Alone came out. I remember being in my grandparents' house in Florida and writing out my dream toy line for Home Alone with and look, any surprises about how I grew up? So I remember I was in Florida and it's like, you were there for Christmas and I just had, we had gone to, God, this is like unlocking a memory. We had gone to Disney. I'd gotten an Aladdin lamp from Disney. I was trying to, you guys know how like when I go to Harry Potter World, I convince myself I like Harry Potter even though I don't.
You're
Yeah.
easily influenced. Yeah.
Same with Aladdin. I was like,
You do that with everything.
Mhm.
if I get a lamp, I'm going to be down the rabbit hole of Aladdin. Let's just face it. I'm going to have 3 wishes. Robin Williams going to be a whole thing. But I wrote down, and I just remember I was like, basically like, okay, figures. You need Kevin, obviously, Harry, Marv, Buzz, but I probably was thinking of it like the Beetlejuice figures, and then I was like a house play set full of all of the, the prank,
Booby traps,
the
gadgets.
booby traps, yeah. And they never made it, so I had the board game.
Kind of crazy they never made toys for Home Alone.
They should.
Mhm.
So weirdest thing in my I don't know. I don't know if there's anything that I would consider weird now.
I'm sure I have something weird, but
We've got a
Don't-
life-size
what-
Watto in our living room that
Life-size Watto. A signed flower planter signed by Ernie Hudson.
we talked about that a lot.
We've mentioned it before. It's weird.
Yeah. I think one thing, Jake, I know you go through this. When somebody comes into our house who's never been here, their reaction, I'm always surprised by people's reactions because they're like, what is this?
yeah.
Like, it's just, I'm used to seeing Watto every day, so
Yeah.
it's
It's not crazy to me.
doesn't phase me.
Mhm.
Sometimes I'm like, I'm embarrassed that this is all there is. I know so many people with good toy collections that I'm like, mine's not the best.
Mhm.
I will say this. I don't know how it worked for you guys. Maybe this would be a fun thing to talk about real quick. When we got into our teenage years, we would just give my mom our Christmas lists, and she, like a psychopath, would just buy every single thing on the list. And when DVDs started becoming a thing, like she would buy me like 50 every DVD I asked for. She would just buy. Listen, not great. A lot of debt. Don't worry about it. But so there's like, pictures of me like sitting there with like every TV show I've ever liked and every box set.
I've seen these pictures.
Yeah.
But this one year, my brother got super hosed because he didn't ask for big ticket items, and I went big ticket. And one Christmas, I was probably 17 or 18. I got an Xbox, like right when it came out. This is like 2005. Xbox, video camera, like a digital video camera, and a recordable DVD player.
Wow.
All three on one Christmas.
Wow.
By the way, that was 2004 or 2005. I was out of high school. This was too old. I didn't even ask for a skateboard.
Too old to be making lists.
Yeah. Anything else on these ones?
What'd your brother get that year?
Probably like a fucking Carmen Electra poster, something stupid. Like,
I don't know. 2004.
That's not stupid.
I'll take the Carmen Electra
I would have
poster.
liked that. Yeah.
My brother always had the top tier posters from Spencer's in his room.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, I was like wearing the T-shirt that said "Life is full of important choices." It had all the drum sets on it. It's just so stupid. And he had the Carmen Electra posters. Anything else on that one? Abby, a toy that got away. You talked about the skateboard.
Mm-hmm. Skateboard. I mean, there were tons of toys and things that I wanted that I didn't get. But yeah, I do remember having one Christmas. I think I was probably 14, and I'd just gotten into this magazine called Delia's, which is like a fashion magazine, with cool clothes for cool people. And I showed my mom, and I was like, I like this and this and this, and I ended up getting like most of it. So that was a good year.
I remember sending my mom to like Hot Topic to buy me like all the CDs I wanted. It's like, so embarrassing, but very cool. And then Jur asked, did you have a toy that tragically broke before its time? I'm trying to think.
I do remember. This reminds me that question reminds me of the story, but it's not one of my toys.
Okay.
But I had a cousin. I still have a cousin. She's still my cousin.
That's good.
My cousin Betsy she's a couple years older than me, and she got this big Alf for Christmas one year. Like it was like a plushie, but his head and his hands were like
I remember
not
this.
plush. It was like it was a nice thing.
Mm-hmm.
She got it, and I didn't. And I broke it on like day one, Christmas morning. I broke it. I didn't mean to.
Yeah.
But I like broke one of his hands.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I just always remember that. And there's photos of like there's photos from Christmas morning of her like holding it and me kind of like off to the side wanting it, you know.
There's like you go.
What did you do?
I was like, let me hold that. Let me hold that. I want to hold that. I don't remember how. I just like I fucked up and I broke the hand on it.
It's just like every picture of that
broke one of
day.
the fingers off it or something. But
Jake's just in the corner, like you start doing the examination, like in every photo of the Alf lurking in the shadows. It's Jake Walsh.
I felt bad about it, but I also wanted it.
Yeah,
I was like, why did she get the Alf?
Maybe you could find that Alf and send it to Chrissy as a makeup, and now you have
who?
What's her name?
Is Chrissy from Jaws?
What was her name?
Betsy.
Betsy.
And then you would have an answer like, "What's a great gift you gave someone?"
If I got her the Alf toy, she would probably be like, "What the fuck is this?" She probably does not remember.
She doesn't remember that you.
But what if you just replaced the fingers
and she would also. She would also probably be like, "What am I supposed to do with it?" Like, she doesn't want an Alf toy.
She's like, "Do you just want it?" You're like, okay.
She's a normal person.
She's like, yeah. She's like, "Do you just want this Alf?" And you're like, "You know what? It only took you 35 years to ask me the question." Okay, so let's go to group therapy because we got some more, and this is going good. So, Hector Gonzalez, what is a must-watch VHS on Christmas Day?
Muppet Christmas Carol for me,
Christmas Carol,
and Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas. Those are two.
Those are two must watches. And then I do a thing every year. I usually do it on Christmas Eve, where I like to have a Kubrick Christmas, and I try to watch like a double feature of any of his movies. And I think this year I'm going to watch Eyes Wide Shut, and I'm not sure what the other one will be. Eyes Wide Shut's a Christmas movie anyway.
I fucking love that movie.
But did you see this thing that's been going around now? It came from that podcast Quentin Tarantino and I guess whatever his partner's name is, about how. I mean, I know it's like a known thing, but like there's more heavy rumors now that the studio recut that movie big time after Kubrick passed. And you can go on a rabbit hole.
Well, there's also a bunch of CGI people in it
No.
trying to cover up all the nudity. There was a lot more nudity in it, like at the party. And there's two versions. You can watch the original version, but like most of them have all of these other people that they put like standing in front of the naked people.
I know exactly what you're talking about. And that was one of my main complaints, is that the movie's like a tease, because it builds so much like kind of like dread and terror and fear and like excitement kind of, and then the delivery really isn't there when you're at the mansion. So yeah, that makes sense.
I've been thinking about The Substance a lot since we watched that. There's some very I don't want to spoil anything about it, but there's some very intentional Kubrick like there's frames and shots that are just like out of The Shining, and it's not. It doesn't like it wears it on its.
It's
sleeve.
not subtle.
It's not subtle, and I like it. So I've been thinking about getting some of that.
The Substance?
Some of The Substance, yeah.
I would take some.
Might try it. I'd do it. I think I can handle it, honestly.
My favorite, I want a shirt that says this. New show coming soon. I think there's something about that billboard, because it just makes no sense. New show coming soon. Like, what?
That's
Hey, I didn't know this. Movie. I read, did you know that Dennis Quaid was originally, it was going to be Ray Liotta? He was cast, and then he passed away.
Okay.
Yeah.
From Cocaine
Dennis Quaid
Bear.
does an awesome job.
Dennis Quaid's awesome. Everybody go watch The Substance. Report back your findings. My must-watch VHS Christmas Day. I mean, I do like to watch Home Alone at some point. I would like to get Home Alone 2 on VHS. I don't have that one. And hey, I read something interesting today. Somebody has a theory that there's probably an early script for Home Alone 2 where Rob Schneider and Tim Curry's characters are the main antagonists, and that Harry and Marv might not have been in it, and it was just about the hotel. And I was like, you know what? That kind of makes sense.
Because it keeps it based in one spot, which...
Well, there's the one thing my one complaint about Home Alone 2 has always been the third act, where you're just at like the weird apartment and it's like trying to recreate the first movie. Yeah. It kind of loses me a little bit. I like the movie up to that point. And obviously Tim Curry's, we talked about it recently. He's awesome in that movie. So anyways, all right. Moving along. Ooh, from Daniel Steven. What's your Christmas wish for the coming year for Ghostbusters? 2025 Ghostbusters wish.
I want a movie announcement.
You want
yeah,
live action?
Live action.
I mean, yeah, I think that would be cool. I kind of wouldn't mind a year off. Like, we know we're getting the Mondo stuff. We know we're getting the HasLab will come out next year. Like, I wouldn't mind if there was just a year of they're doing stuff behind the scenes and building towards, they're working on the animated movie. They're working on the animated series. But then again, if Sony wants another movie in the Gruberson Spengler world, then maybe they'll announce it this year. I could see either happening, but I just want everybody to be healthy and happy. I do. I don't, man. Literally, man, our guys, Bill and Dan and Ernie. Ernie just turned, I think, 79. Our guys are getting older. Yeah. Just want them to be. Here's my Ghostbusters wish. I'm being serious. This is real. We're gonna meet Bill Murray by hook or by crook,
right? At
this concert in February. We got the meet and greet passes.
Yeah.
I just want it to be a good experience.
A good experience.
I just want to have a good moment. I don't want to have to go watch a 2-hour Bill Murray concert knowing that he just yelled at me.
We're getting the meet and greet before the show.
Don't say anything.
The meet and greet's before the show.
It's gonna be weird, right?
I'm gonna soup Nazi it. If I don't get bread, I'm not saying a damn word.
Yeah.
$3. You want bread? Jacob, any wishes?
No, just both of yours sound pretty good. I just want to know something's happening, but I don't need it to be right away, you know?
Mhm.
Okay, there you go. That's good. Let us know in the comments, by the way. What's your Christmas wish list for Ghostbusters? From Kenny Hall, besides Ghostbusters, what was your favorite toy that you got for Christmas? Well, maybe we can tackle that. And your favorite Christmas memory, heartfelt moment that actually makes you tear up. Whew.
I don't know if I have any of those.
Still waiting.
I know.
Going to the Home Alone house with you guys.
That
Yeah.
was awesome.
That's
That
a
whole
good
trip
one.
to
That's a
Chicago
good
was
memory.
we did a great
Great.
trip to Chicago.
Yeah.
Yep.
Saw Spider-Man No Way Home.
Field
It was
Museum.
great.
Hmm.
Went to the museum. Saw Sue.
Joe Bob.
Yep. Yep.
Saw Joseph Bob. Or you did?
Mhm.
Joe Bob.
I like Hurley State. It was fun.
Yeah, Jess was there.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
great. That was 3 years ago. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if I have a childhood memory that makes me tear up. I mean, my kind of what Jake was. It's very commercial Christmases in my house. Like,
Yeah.
just presents, just lots
Yeah.
of shit.
Yeah.
Stockings full of gift cards and cookies and cologne and just bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Abby, I mean, I've had great Christmases with Abby, and to be honest, that we're gonna have this is our first Christmas without Gypsy. So that's gonna
Yeah.
suck. But
Yeah.
we've got new memories to make.
Mhm.
But as far as childhood goes, I will say this, like I was growing up, like we would always go to my dad's for a week before Christmas. And I have very fond memories of going to Chicago during Christmas time. Like just like when you get off the plane and you get that burst of cold air that's like coming through it's just, I really like that part of my childhood, going up to Chicago and being with family and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to go back up to Connecticut for Christmas every year. Miss that a lot. I also like being in the snow for Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Lots of snow. When it comes to getting teared up, I'd probably harken back to memories of hanging out with my brother during the holiday season, like once he'd gone to college, and it was like a really good reunion time. I remember him showing Arrested Development to me. We watched like the whole first season together, and then we watched it again the next day, like over again. I remember going and seeing the Lord of the Rings, the Two Towers, and Return of the King with him. And that was always just like a good opportunity to get out of the house, out of the stress, and like listen to music and make jokes and have a really fun time. So yeah,
That's
if I
awesome.
keep talking about that, I will get choked up.
I was about to say, I was like, oh boy, that's really good. That's really good. That's really good.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm grateful for my brother.
Yeah, that's awesome. Then the other one, we've talked a lot about toys and stuff, but I will say this: the Christmas '89, getting the '89 Batman stuff, getting the Batcave, and all that was very impactful for me in my early childhood pop culture development. My ECHP CD. So everybody hates me right now. Okay, cool. Good question, Kenny. Jason Grahowski, creamy or crunchy peanut butter?
Crunchy, for sure.
Dude,
Yeah,
so
crunchy.
crunchy.
Yep.
Like you would think because of my track record that I'd be like either smooth or I don't really like peanut butter, but I love crunchy peanut
I like
butter.
sunflower butter.
I want it to be the crunchiest possible.
Yeah, dude, crunch is big for me especially with sandwiches. I'll straight up throw
Texture.
potato chips in there, just dude.
I like crunchy peanut butter between two Eggo waffles. That's like one of my favorite things.
Wow.
Yeah, she does
Yeah.
that. I've
It really
just no
sinks
lie.
into the crannies.
Hey, I when I was 18 or 19 and just broke and like living by myself for the first time, I would routinely put Doritos between white bread, and that would be my dinner. So doesn't take a lot to make me happy.
Wow, that sounds disgusting.
Yeah.
Well,
Let's do that this year again for Christmas.
Creepy
It's like Charlie Brown Christmas foods.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, I don't like Charlie Brown
I don't either.
Christmas. I don't care about that.
No.
Yeah, same.
Like I get why people like it. It's a big part of their childhood and stuff. And that's the big thing. If it's ingrained in you as a child, maybe you gravitate towards it.
Mhm.
I don't give a fuck about Snoopy or that
Dumb
Kid with a blanket.
dumb little fucking bird.
the one that smells. I don't
Take a
care about-
bath. Yeah.
Yeah. God. YHS bringing the holiday joy.
Yeah.
The thumbnail is going to be "It's a
Fuck
Wonderful
Charlie Brown.
Life" is trash.
Ah,
Michael Malloy. Let's see. What actually happened with you and Geek Dad Jay and Steve Harvey? Oh, I know you went on the show and stuff. It's more what came after. I was on holiday the week you released the episode. When I came back, you deleted it. Probably a longer story for a different episode, but the
Fun Christmas memory.
so
Yeah.
annoyed about all of this.
Yeah. I
the
know, me too.
TLDR was the whole thing was fun, like a fun goof that we were going to do for the show where Jay ripped me off and I was suing him, and we did episodes about it, and like half the audience, mostly on the Geek Dad side, well, no, our side too, people believed it and thought it was real, and it made a lot of people really mad. And it became like the actual episode once it aired was really fun, but like the whole like that whole thing where we were gonna like make it feel like it was real, like everybody. I don't.
Do people think wrestling's real? Like, I was
don't know.
so annoyed about all of that because, like, you guys had to come out and do almost like an apology video, and I hated that. I was like, this is not the place for apology videos. I was so fucking dumb.
I felt bad. Here's what I'll say. I felt bad for Jay because I think his audience is a little more like, I don't know if they're as like people who watch YHS and Toy Anxiety, they know the personalities, and there's always a little bit of a tongue in cheek, and nothing's ever overly
Mostly
serious.
for entertainment at the end of the day.
And I think a lot of his audience it just went over their heads and people got upset. And then on our side, there were people that were like, I always knew it. Jay's a piece of shit. Like just kind of like going, I don't know.
I just don't care.
It got out of hand. But anyways, it was all for fun. And maybe one day we'll do a full breakdown. But yeah, it was kind of like, we did the apology, which was annoying, and then we had to delete the apology because people got mad about that. Like, what it did for me, if we want to be real, it really put a light on like the parasocial relationship thing where, when you like, there's a lot. I listen to a lot of podcasts. There's shows where like I love the show. It's part of my like weekly routine, and you do get like ingrained in people's like the lives of the hosts, and I see why, to a certain extent, why people would be like affected, but it was so clearly fake.
It's clearly fake.
Yeah. So
it was so clearly fake.
Yeah. Some people said our acting was too good when we did it.
Dude, it's Judge Steve Harvey. You're telling jokes the whole time.
Yeah.
Clearly fake. And anybody who didn't catch that, stop watching.
I don't know. That is, the previous statement does not represent the reflections of all of you.
Please keep watching.
Please keep watching. Yeah. But anyways, good question though. Matt Bush.
He wanted to do the airing of the grievances for
a lot of problems with you people. Favorite foods. I'm assuming he means like holiday food, Christmas food.
Okay.
I love Christmas cookies, like the little tree. Like a sugar cookie. I like that.
Okay.
It's not my favorite, but I just
I don't think I have any specific Christmas themed food chestnuts. I like chestnuts.
Ooh, I love roasting those on a
apple cider.
Yeah, I like hot drinks for sure.
Oh yeah, hot drinks.
Hot
I like stuffing.
Yeah.
And bread, biscuits, fresh like biscuits.
Yes.
Rolled.
Is that a Christmas thing?
Dude, I remember. Okay, can I do another story from childhood? Christmas, probably this had to be 98. It was whenever the South Park game came out for Nintendo 64. And day after Christmas, we did our big family dinner. and my aunt and her family were in town. And if you know like the history of my family, there's just like a lot of resentment and drinking and just, bitterness and just all the stuff that makes family fun. But my aunt took us all to the mall because she had to buy, when you travel, sometimes like on a van, you'll have that case on top of the van to keep all your stuff in.
Roof rack.
Yeah, she had to buy one of those at the mall. And we all went to the mall, and me and my brother went so we could go get the Nintendo 64 South Park game with our gift cards to Suncoast Video or whatever. Anyways, it took a really long time, and we were late getting back for dinner. And by time, this is like a classic family story, but my mom was probably like, she had, been drinking some Miller Lite, and she burnt the biscuits, and she started crying, and then it turned into like a huge family fight. And I don't even think we ate dinner, but we ordered pizza or something instead, and I played South Park. Yeah, traumatic, but also great memories. But also,
that South Park game was awesome, by the way.
it was so fun. It was so fucking fun.
Yeah.
It was all worth it.
I love that game, and it had a cheat code too that you could put in where you were like, you had all the weapons, and you couldn't be killed, so you could just go through and play it as much as you want.
Damn,
that's cool.
All right. Tearing through a few more here. John asked about Christmas movies. We covered that, but good question. Chad Stewart, what are some of the Christmas cartoons you always look forward to seeing every year? I always like the Flintstones Christmas. Christmas Comes to Pac-Land, Frosty, Rudolph. God, Christmas cartoons. I never got into any of the claymation ones or anything.
No, me either. They're not my favorite.
Yeah, I enjoyed them like as a kid growing up. I remember watching like the stop motion Rudolph movie, and like some of the Frosty the Snowman animated stuff, but I can't think of anything that.
No, I just wanted to
really
watch
like.
Muppets.
Yeah.
It's more of a Muppet thing. I do know that a lot of those specials are really ingrained in people, and I get why you're nostalgic for them. But like me, again, my whole thing was like Christmas. I had a lane that I was living in. Also, just putting it out there, I was a big sports kid, so like Christmas Day basketball, I was looking forward to like the games and that kind of stuff. Cartoons, I do will say I want any sitcom. I usually enjoy like their Christmas episode though.
Yeah.
Garrett, how many different Christmas RGB episodes are there? Don't ask me.
Yeah,
I feel like this is an
Google
attack.
question.
I don't know.
There's
at least two.
Yeah, there's at least two, right? One of them's very famous.
Right.
Xmas Marks the Spot.
Is that the Christmas Carol episode?
Well, that's the one that has the gash.
Well, there's like a Christmas Carol episode, isn't there?
That's the one.
Like,
yeah, the Christmas Past, Present, and Future. One? Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh,
yeah.
I'm watching that tonight. There's a couple.
Yeah.
So cool. A few more. Kelly Hudson. Were your gifts from Santa wrapped or open? Mine were not wrapped and displayed all together on the couch. It was like an overload seeing everything all at once. Ooh, Kelly.
They weren't wrapped? Wait, they weren't wrapped?
This is a thing I've talked about a lot in the past. Some parents will designate some presents are from the parents and some are from Santa. And the ones from Santa, they're just out.
Because Santa doesn't have time to wrap them? The elves can't do it?
This is an excuse for lazy parents.
Yeah, that's all it is.
I have never seen a movie where Santa puts presents out unwrapped.
Yeah, maybe like in The Grinch or something where there's like
I've never even heard of that. Mine were always wrapped, and if they were from Santa, they just said from Santa.
Right. That's the way it should be. In fact, I had a Facebook post. It was in my Facebook memories. I had a post from like 12 or 13 years ago. Here it is. November 28, 2017. I put it on Facebook. If your parents didn't wrap the presents that were, quote, from Santa, then your parents were sociopaths. And I mean it.
Wow.
I dated a girl like in high school, and I was around Christmas time, and she was like, "Oh yeah, like anything from Santa, my parents don't wrap." I was like, "Are they just lazy or what? Like, what's the?"
Yeah, that's laziness. You want to unwrap presents on Christmas.
It's the best thing.
It's crucial, and there's so much.
Go for it, App. Sorry.
Love and tradition that goes into present wrapping. I personally love wrapping presents. It's one of my favorite traditions and memories from the holidays. I didn't have Santa growing up. That was not something that my family believed in or supported. So I always wanted presents from Santa personally. Something I was always jealous of.
The presents from Jesus aren't wrapped.
No, those are in your heart.
Yeah.
I remember this one year, my brother like thought of this way to like win my parents' hearts over, to like get more presents. They asked what he wanted for Christmas, and he was like, "All I want for Christmas is a Bible and a Jesus doll." Which
A Jesus
a
doll?
Jesus doll, which is like, I don't even think that
Did
exists.
they
But he was like,
find one?
if they hear this, they're gonna get me more than this because they're gonna be so blown away.
They're gonna be so blown away about this Jesus doll I've just made up.
Yeah.
By
the pureness of my heart.
Here's another thing I don't like. Like, I fundamentally disagree with if like you get your kid a train set that you set it all up and it's just there operating on Christmas morning. I don't like that. Or these Lego parents that just build the Legos for their kids, and it's just like, wait,
that's the fun of it.
Yeah, the fun is putting stuff together. I did that with our nephews last year with like a Mario Kart racetrack.
Yeah.
It's like all the fun is in taking it out and trying to figure out how to put it together.
Exactly. Good question. Last one from J.D. Raymer, good friend. I think Craig and Jake both lived up in northern states as kids. Do you miss having a snowy white Christmas? And has Abby ever experienced a snow Christmas?
I have. I lived in New Jersey.
Yeah.
A little bit. Yeah. So when I was like 4 or 5, I remember having a backyard full of snow and having to get all bundled up to go outside. And there being one Christmas where it snowed. And I was just like, yes, it's happened. Yeah. It's like the ultimate thing.
Yeah, I miss it a lot. I miss the snow. I think a Christmas is just better. Like seeing Christmas lights surrounded by snow is just better. And I think next year YHS should go somewhere. Maybe we go to Chicago for Christmas next year.
Yeah.
And see some let's have a white Christmas or something.
Yeah.
I'm dreaming of it. Sorry. We've had light dustings of snow in Georgia around Christmas, but it's never like the 3 feet of snow. We just got a sled. Let's take it out.
Right.
It's never like that. Mm-hmm. Before we wrap, I do want to ask one last question that nobody asked about, which is Christmas song. Is there a song that you go to, like a go-to Christmas song?
There are 0 good Christmas songs.
He's lost me, folks.
They do not exist.
Okay. Hey, that's
the right one.
I mean, I'd like to hear if you have one, but I don't think that.
I mean,
that's one of my big things. I don't think Christmas music's very good.
Dude, you put that little sleigh bell to song, and I'm in. Abby,
it's Christmas today.
Back to
let's see. I'll be honest. I like Silent Night. I always thought that was a beautiful song. And I do have memories of growing up in church watching the people sing and kind of being like taken aback by it and liking that. Because music is still very powerful. But when it comes to like, do I love listening to any Christmas songs? The answer is no, because I worked a Christmas season at Old Navy when I was 18, and the music that they play, it's literally borderline abusive, the amount of times that you have to hear it while you're like dealing with traumatic stuff like folding jeans and trying to wrangle angry customers. So for me, I say no. Not so much a fan. If I do these days though, I really like the Carpenters Christmas albums, like Karen Carpenter. I think those are really classic.
I like that Tyler the Creator album too.
Yeah, Tyler the Creator has a great Grinch album. Did the music for that.
Oh, I also don't care about the Grinch that much, just in general. My favorite Christmas song is arguably the most religious Christmas song, and I'm quite literally an atheist. But "Oh Holy Night" I think is a fucking fantastic song, just from like the song, like the structure of the song, like it does cut like. I have emotional responses to music in general. Like it doesn't take a lot to get me misty-eyed listening to lots of different kinds of music, specifically live music. But yeah, I think "Oh Holy Night's" a pretty fucking rad song. And I'm sticking to it. And yeah, that's it. That's it.
That's it.
We did it.
I wish there was a Ghostbusters Christmas song with like Bobby Brown.
It's called We're Back.
Just add some jiggles to it.
Yeah.
Well, this was fun.
Yeah. It's a good
Yeah.
Christmas episode.
Good question.
Yeah.
I thanks everybody for the questions. It's hard because everybody wants to know favorite toy. What do you want? You know. So there was some deeper questions. I mean, I was actually trying to look up, see if there was any like really good ones we missed, but I think we covered it. Unless you want to do what celebrity would be the most fun to spend the holidays with, which is
None.
ridiculous. None of them.
Yeah.
Abby, final thoughts.
It's the Christmas season, and you are allowed to feel your feelings and do the things that make you happy. So just lean into those and listen to YHS and sign up for Patreon, because that's the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah, and before we sign off, like we are actively trying to kind of figure out what year 9 of YHS looks like. So we'll have some cool updates on schedules and content and all that kind of stuff in the new year. And Jacob, anything else?
No, I think you guys covered it. I'm just excited to, get past Christmas, and we have a lot of stuff coming up, so it's gonna be fun. Yeah.
Yep. Well, for Abigail Gardner, Jacob Walsh, we wish you a Merry Christmas, and we'll probably have one more. Well, yeah, Happy Holidays. We'll have one more episode before the end of the year. We'll probably do like a 2024 recap and map out some of 2025. Maybe a little Nosferatu talk. Maybe a little Joker Folly Adieu review.
Sure.
Dropping a deuce.
Hey,
That's what I call it. Because I hated it.
Abby did not enjoy it. Jacob
No, I didn't.
maybe liked it less. Did
That's
Craig
all.
get a jar of crunchy peanut butter and enjoy Joker too?
Was that the Joker at the end of the movie? No.
Hey,
Oh my
hey,
god.
hey!
no
Spoilers.
spoilers,
Nobody
sorry.
cares. We'll get into it, or we just won't. Either way, it'll all be great.
Or we'll have a happy holiday season and never talk about it again.
Let's just let it. Hey,
go,
let's give it
family.
exactly what it fucking deserves. A fade into nothingness.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, what happened there? All right, everybody. Merry Christmas. Bye.
Merry Christmas.
Do you want some coffee, Mr. Dolly?
Do I?
Yes, have some.
Yes, have some.